share screen, right? See, got to share my screen after this. We have I'm using another gadget set here. So guys, how you guys see my screen? Can everyone see my screen? Uma, can you see my screen? You can speak up. Oh, I can speak it now. I would like to speak. Can you see my screen?
Right. Yeah, I can just screen.
Alright, so it's recording already. So yeah, recording. So let's see how what we can achieve tonight. So today is another study with myself from Softjoe, right? And I think I already give an hint of what I really want to explore, talk about today, which is understanding liquidity and how much we talk about, right? So you have to go straight to the points. So like this, well, you guys are seeing, you can see my screen. I don't. This I'm using another control. You can see it's very clear, right? It's very clear, all right?
Yes, I can hear.
Is it very? Is it very clear? The screen is very clear. You can see it.
Yeah, it is clear enough.
All right. Thank you. So understanding liquidity with that can do right. So like I said in the previous videos about the tech candle, like tech candle what it's represents the tech candle of the and how did I explain that? I explained that in how did I find out the tech candle of the day is on the 4 hours. Basically, I used to time frame to trade, but I'm more of two time frames for this concept, right? This is not really a strategy, but because there are many I would say this is a concept because concept is a different meaning than strategy. The concept is something that we are taught, while strategy is something you learn in time, you experience, right? Then you know, right? But this is this concept is just it just works for full time frame, right? I just flow with looking at the 4 hours as my bias and what you are getting it as my entry point, which I'm an older showing. But now I did that specify the third candle of the day is that the third candle on the 4 hours we have 6 4 hours candle, right? Of the day, right? These are the 6 4 hours candle of the day. So let's do an example of let me just give an example that what happens today, right? So this is it's first candle of the day. So you will see only your Asia candle. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is point second. So you can see every day we have 6 hours. 6 4 hours candle represent 24 hours. These are time frames, right? The 4 hours time frames gives you 6 candles that makes it 24. So the first two candles stands for what? The Asia session, what we call the Tokyo session. The second two candles start from the London session, while the last two candles is from the New York, right? These are the basic understanding of how these candles are represented. Now let me confirm if it is recording. All right, so uh, going to the formulation of how we look for a third candle. It's find out third candle is what 1, 2, 3 is this is third candle. So one the position of this third candle is closing. It gives us an intention of what price tends to do, right? Tends to do over time. So that is a brief about the third candle. Then now adding liquidity to it is very, very important. So what are liquidity? So in the common sense, from the beginning of how you come into the Forex, the financial market, we thought that liquidity is money, right? Liquidity liquidity is where money is, which is true, right? That's liquidity is where money is. You see, liquidity is once price tends to take out liquidity, money is being formed, right? Money is accumulated. That's the understanding about liquidity, and it helps us. Why it is one of the main things that helps us, that helps us in this concept because liquidity is a main thing that needs to be taken out, right? And it gives us a clue of what prices want to do. So once we see liquidity taken out, we have our direction to go into that point, right? So um, so we have from liquidity we have the form of liquidity, we have the types of liquidity, and we have the form of liquidity. So what are the types of liquidity? We have what we call normal enrichment liquidity, we have the external liquidity and the internal liquidity. So type of liquidity we have enrichment liquidity, we have engineer liquidity. So enrichment liquidity is the last before the main liquidity. So this is an example of engagement. So let's say we have a price growth structure. So price decides to take out the last flow. This is the liquidity engagement. So second type is what engineer liquidity. So we have price giving us a point of engineer liquidity. So it's also what is different between this and this? This is formulated as price goes, or this is given as price is printed, right? Price text is the recent price action and the price versus the engineer liquidity. So price engineer, so they are both kind of in different formation. You can see they have the point of liquidity where the price try to grab traders right in a buy formation. So instead of uh, people trying to buy from this zone here after price has given us a information, it comes to take them out, tapping on the main player to go to the direction. This is a type of liquidity. We have the investment and engineer liquidity. But when it comes to form of liquidity, we have what we call the buy side liquidity and the sell side liquidity, which we also expatiate into old close and old high. So let's say we have a candle here. So let's say we have a candle, price taking as a high of this candle. So let's say this is the high. So we have price taking out this high. In the price take out the high of the candle, what will price target and close below. This is a form of bias. So we can use this form on a bias formation. What does the price will take out the low of the candle, right? So both highs and it can be a 4 hours low, a 4 hours low. Like what happened? You can see this scenario that happened there. So what happened since last week? From last week, you can see when the price took out this low say liquidity low price took out. See, as price took out this high, yes, as of Wednesday last week, yeah. What do you say price? Price this liquidity has done its formation of range, right? So price took out a low as a liquidity, price took out a high. So on the this is a 4 hours, but on the daily time frame, it will just be like let's put a daily time frame. You see it just be price just taking this low and this high. But the 4 hours is if you can see very clearly that price just took out liquidity, move from liquidity to liquidity. So now we have price now giving us a structure formation. Even you can see from this formation here, this recent price action this week, you can say many price took out liquidity. What do you see price to trade here? Can take out liquidity. Yes. So liquidity is something that when price take out an old low on an old high, if you price take out the nearest form of liquidity, right? So uh, let me take this out. All right. So now going into how we can incorporate liquidity and token, right? Just a moment, please. All right. So, so a moment, let me sorry, a moment. Is that can you guys hear me? Sorry for the break. If you can hear me, let me unmute the GFX. Okay. Just can you hear me? If you can you hear me? Okay, let me ASYZFX. Okay, let me unmute. Can you hear me properly? Can you hear me? Are you guys here? Let me unmute the numbers. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can.
All right, people. All right, can you hear me? So, understand how we can incorporate liquidity with a third party with what I want to give as a discussion today, right? So, now when it comes to price giving us information, since we understand that from a structured formation, we have price, we have direction of market. Now, but based on liquidity, expect price to what? Take out the see that price is coming from a what? It's giving us a it's coming from the internal liquidity to the external liquidity or price taking an old high to a old low. So in a scenario whereby from this scenario, like looking at price action from households, because I don't talk about key level because I'm looking for a form of liquidity so that this is just basically liquidity, not because and what happened today was based on key level. So you can see price from a key level here, right? Price came from a key level, and obviously price was to end with a key level. So where was the nearest key level price? Presented. So price came from a key level. We had price broke out this range of price action. So it was a range price out to break out. You can see this formation here. This was a level that has a direction over time. And price broke that point. And notice you have a continuation of the price. So, but when it comes to liquidity, where you have before the talk and the source, well, like um, what happened, should I say what happened? Let's say an example. All right, so an example is what happened on Tuesday, right? So, what can we see? This sale that happened, I have to take this sale. So, you can see many price took out this is tough candle. You can see from the Asia here, we have price was giving us a form of review concept, trying to what we have price give us a price scenario, but many price took out the high of this candle, right? Rejected and closed with the body with a this this formation of a bearish candle. It shed this low high and came here based on direction first. We are bearish, we have this recent breakout. We are bearish, right? Because you have a body closure from this point, right? You have a body closure from that point. You check from the line chart, you're bearish, right? That was the recent breakout. Now price came to take out and internal liquidity from this point, tapping maybe a level or something around this area, the period around there, and you have to come to cut the liquidity and reject there from that point. What the extra price should do? Take out the external liquidity, and that's what price tends to do. So the third candle give us information that we are coming from a liquidity form of zone I here. Where is the next point of liquidity? The low, right? This low is going to go and eventually price to cut a good low too. Yeah, this is an old low. This was a Monday. This low was a Monday and 20th of July, right? That was this low there, Monday 20th of July. And you see, it was taken by Tuesday 29th of July. You can see taking from internal liquidity coming to take cut an old low this day. And you can see many price took out an old low all this day. What this is price came to do again. Come and take out an old high. Yes. So you can see what day was this? This was on the 26th, right? So price took out an old low on the 20th July and came the formation of price and took out an old high. The direction of liquidity. If you are to trade base, because you cannot see where price is running from the key level here, because it's not all key levels here have been mitigated. So if you have to put your mind that okay, price start from a key level here or something, you'll be confused because you have many key level being tapped here. But based on the liquidity concept that price is here, price to kind of low. What do you expect price to do? Look for the nearest. So the first nearest point of the eye is from at least this eye will go first. Because this is a liquidity eye too, then price to cut the main eye. Right? That is so now coming to what happened on Thursday too. Look at what happened on Thursday. On Thursday was a kind of a type of liquidity. This is a form of liquidity that happened on this day. Right? So what price played here was to what price played was playing out the type of liquidity here and giving us a form of liquidity here. So now, on the next day, that was on Thursday, that was yesterday, what do you see price will play out what you want a type of liquidity to from here. So let me show you. So you see how price move from liquidity to liquidity. So on this day, yesterday, what can we see? Price was reacting, took out the high. So the sequence of this low and this high is already done. So what the price tends to get again on. So the price the Asia was reacting from this week, stood from this point, tap on a key level, right? Tap on the key level, took out this low. This was a low. Tap on the key level. So you can see many price tap on the key level. You have the bullish momentum that came from here, and you see that the close above a good POI. So we have price towards a bullish scenario of all this POI. This was a level that got tested over time. You see our price sponsored the sales and made it close to the body. What do you see price give us? A continuation. So now continuation have to make price work. Even on our models of entries, they're looking at price taking out internal liquidity for the time. So liquidity is very, very important. You can see yesterday as price gave us the entry, we can see our price was the entry here, price took out liquidity on this day, on this timing by 3 o'clock, took out liquidity, and you can see immediately we had a breakout. Price tends to use this current level, good level, right? And you can just see this level outside to use this point. It's still right. So immediately, what gives us more valid points on that level is that this was a point of reaction, right? Good point of reaction. And so price tested, and you have many price took out liquidity of this high. What do you see price? Price, you want 30 minutes price took out the nearest liquidity. So you see how price moved from liquidity also on our entry. So price took out liquidity, not even from a key level. You cannot see this price didn't tap this key level. You just took out liquidity, and you can see the internal liquidity, price needs to take out of external liquidity. So from price moves from liquidity to liquidity. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Even for what happened today too on these shares, the sales that happened today, you can see from the entry, people that ask, so you see how price took out liquidity and we have our model. This is a part of our model, two positive candles that cause the breakout, and share price continue the price. So liquidity was taken first. In all our entry models, our first criteria is price must take out liquidity. It's very important while doing the market because the market tends to take out look for people that once you become a liquidity, you always add from the market. Once you become a liquidity, so what gives you an edge in the market to a level on the technical analysis that way you can spot that you need liquidity to be taken out from the market. Once liquidity is taken from the market, it's always momentum that comes in. So you can see as practical liquidity, momentum came. Practical liquidity, momentum came in. Practical liquidity here too, momentum came in. Right? It's something that always comes to happen. Same thing on the flowers. Once you can spot price has taken out a form of liquidity, let me see the question. Price tends to just what? Give us momentum straight up. You can see our price took out our low here, see the momentum. Price took out the high here, see the momentum of the candle. Once there's a form of liquidity taken, price tends to what? Give you the momentum. So now, based on what we have here, the same scenario that played here in this range here. The same scenario that played in this range, or the same scenario that played in this range. So people that now trading gold now, see how gold is trading is ranging. People don't have interest on this on gold. Why? Because of the range of how price is ranging. People are really scared to trade gold now. But like what I tell my students, people around me close to it because based on what I basically trade, there's always an average that price gets to do per day. It is like you give you an avenue of what it's going to do. So imagine price giving this ranging at this point and this entry in all these candles there. Yeah, there are entries you can see in between. This week I took those 3 trades and all 3 trades and went well. So I had the sales brilliant. No, I had this first. What was my first entry? This was my first trade of the week, right? That was on Monday. Yeah, Monday was the first trade of the week. That was it. Yeah, good sales. Yeah, good sales of the week. That was on Monday. On Wednesday, I did trade on Tuesday, right? I trade on Tuesday. So on Monday was a good trade. On Wednesday too, and yesterday, right? Yesterday I missed the setup, so today I did this too. So basically, I just come to actually come to just see what price tends to do part time. Not that I cannot trade other pairs, but it's just that based on my timing, gold is SASA is good for me to trade at the time I need to trade, right? Because at that time I'm always set to from around 10, 11, I'm only set from how the day is going to be till like 4. From 4, 5, I'm exhausted. So based on the ride of my personality, I tend to trade only SAEZ on the financial market. Most of that I try to trade PTC also because it's around the same time. But the main thing is that this is something that I always tend to go to check the charts for a slow time to see how I trade. So liquidity is very, very important. You can see the same thing that we have here. Look at how this price came here. Even from now, even see how from structure here. Sorry. Let me use a new chart so that let me use a new chart. Let me show it. Let's go. So even from structure here, this is flowers, right? So even from structure here, you can see that the middle price, even this was a break or show to the downside. After price did its maneuver and everything, and the price got remain the ability of the low. What do you see price do? Start the high first, the low, the high, and now price came to get to take that what? Yeah, a high. What do you see price did again? We should target the main low again. You can see how price move from low to equity. So now it came from a high that different. But I can see now price took out a low, it came to take out what? An high. Took out an high. Alright. So from what I can see the price is giving much more stronger lows. It's though we are in a range and price has came again, took out another low and again took out another high. So now we are at this form. This is the last form here. So is that if price tends to what? So I think we have a low taking out already here. If price tends to take out this high again, it might have price broke out. So all this formation here. And if price tends to the same thing here, price tends to take out this low, then we can have more formation and break out here. But you see, before all this, price has been looking for what? Liquidity, for liquidity formation. All this while. From the based on structure on like over how many months from June to July, and based on 2 months, you see our price has been moving into in a range. But in understanding liquidity, you can be able to navigate how price moves per day. So now even with the same structure, so let me on my Asia here, give you some reviews on even on the third candle inside out. So now look at like let's say based on this deal, price also give you a breakout. Now let's say on this scenario that you see price, the third candle was reacting, so price took out liquidity before the third candle. It was Asia giving us a strong high of liquidity. So what do you expect price to do? Price came to take out a low. So it took out an high, the third candle will take out the main because Asia created a strong high reacting on this period here. Right? So what do you expect price to do? Price took out the nearest low as liquidity. Not targeting the aim is not to target even target even this minimum. You want to target the nearest form of liquidity, and this was the Asia low and the nearest form of liquidity. Right? Same thing immediately on this buy scenario too. Price took out what? Liquidity. It was a strong low. Right? What do we see price tends to do? Price took out the highs. Right? And for the third candle, the way it was starting coming on this day, so many price came here on third candle, which the buy came and took out the net. So the nearest form of liquidity was this high first. That was the nearest form of liquidity before price came to cut the near high. This day, I think yes, this day I picked my buy to price to down internal liquidity. I think when you check the setup on this day, I picked my buy on this day too. On this day, yeah. Another setup very clear. Yep. Nice setup very clear. So we have price to carry liquidity, we have the breakouts and price reach this level to buy to carry next time. Yeah. So let me ask, is there a question if I'm tuning about what I said about liquidity and everything? So is there a question? Let me omit it or I don't want on this call. Let me allow everyone to speak. So everyone can speak. Is there a question? Any question? Any question? Since there's not. So what about to speak? Which one are you about to speak? Hello? Is there any question? Since there's no question, I think that will be all for tonight. Let me see if there's a point of how we can explain the scenario on BTC with that information. So let me see BTC. So let me see this. So BTC, so yeah, BTC I'm good at the engine. So very so the once you cannot if you are targeting a pool of moment a pool of structure, you don't be stopping at. The idea is to look for the nearest liquidity and the price stage of our price available. So you can see even from what happened today, you can see when new price total liquidity, all these highs from the Asia, you can see how price total all this liquidity. Like you see these are trend lines liquidity lows, you can see how price total liquidity all these points. Total all these old lows, total old lows. From the top candle. So how do you explain this price action today? Top candle. You have price coming. Top candle will just give you so price comes to liquidity and it has not ended before liquidity is this point. So what I will do is to what from top candle I can see price coming from the key level, right? This is a good key level. And the level that I got valuated, tested, go push the body, the top candle tapped and you see price broke out. What do you expect? A continuation, right? So once you see a point like this, price is coming from the point and it broke out this, see how you broke out this point again. So what do you expect? A continuation. So entry on 30 minutes, so I'm sure by 9:30 there was an entry there. Oh, 9:30, so price came back again. Nice entry. Price short high, right? Short and high. Two consecutive candles that caused the breakdown. Boom. This is the entry point. This one around second model, the best model 2. And see how price target stop loss above the high and you can see how price move to. The first point of the picture target is this low for me. You can see how price just move. And you can see two cards like over 1 to 7, right? On this trade. That was a nice trade in BTC. That's a nice trade. On the Friday, it like this. That really nice. Uh, Same thing if you're going to look on this day. This day should be in business kind. So there's no question, right? So you have particular liquidity and the same thing price is just moving from over the sequence liquidity low, particular liquidity low, and what can you see how the next thing was the eye. The eyes and same thing price are taking low, taking eyes taking it just this eyes taking all the expectancy. So at least I was thinking price can take out the low. Yeah. So I think the secret are already done. So if that price tries to break out to the downside or give us a buy to break out to the upside. So but I think this high that price took out here has already finished the sequence here. The sequence of the range already has finished. The price has been ranging for wow. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of range. Lot of range. BTC for close to 2 months. So bad. So there's no other question. So I think we'll call it a night. Um, I will upload the recordings on my YouTube, right? So you guys can also watch it to understand the liquidity and also how you can align it with what can be. Also from your past videos, you see how I explain the top candle. What I haven't given is how the models works in the entry models. and I think that's basically I'll keep that for the boot camp. So there's a boot camp coming up soon for those that is not part of the business circle. There's a boot camp coming up soon. So if you love join the boot camp, details will be placed soon by I think now to Sunday or Monday for the boot camp. So this camp I'm going to teach how you can how to use the third candle. It's the entry models from model one to model four. How you to spot it very very clearly. To be a multi boot camp before this boot camp, right? So it's a month. So from there we can see how it goes. So that will be all for tonight, and I will upload your colleagues on my YouTube channel, right? So you guys can also watch that for tonight. So I have a great night. See, there's no questions tonight, so I'll send the recording on my YouTube channel. You can watch it again. And whatever, if there's a question, you can also ask for information. So that's all for tonight. Have a great night. See you guys next Friday.